In this video, I'm going to show you how you can remove any viruses, malware, and adware from your Mac. I'm Louise Elizabeth and welcome to Every Bit Helps. I really hope you enjoyed this video today, and if you do, then please give me a like, hit the subscribe button, and share if you feel that others may benefit. Also, please do head over to my website at www.everybithelps.co.uk where related blog posts is also available. If your machine has started to slow down and you're worried you might have a virus, malware, or adware on your machine, I'll take you through some of the free tools to help you locate anything that may be lurking on your Mac. This, along with my previous upload on how to clean your Mac, should help to protect, repair, improve speed and performance, and free up some space. And all of the steps I'll take you through will also be available in a timestamp in the description below. So that you're aware, I'm working on Mac Catalina today. So if your screens are slightly different to me, it may mean that you're actually on a different version to me. But essentially, you should still be able to follow the steps that I show you today. The first thing I'll show you is Disk Utility, which can fix certain disk problems. The tool I'll show you is great if your computer is crashing frequently, displaying cryptic error messages, or just behaving a little bit strangely. So the first thing we want to do is go across to our Finder. Then if we click onto Go on the menu bar, then down to Utilities, and then we're going to Disk Utility. Now, if you have more than one option in the left-hand side here, you'll need to perform this step for every single internal drive that you have on here. Now, once you're on the very first one, which is obviously showing as Macintosh HD on here, what I'm then going to be doing is clicking onto First Aid, which is the top-hand bar here. Now, as it states here, First Aid will check the volume for errors. It will then repair the volume if necessary. So click onto Run. And as it states here, it can take anywhere between several minutes or hours, and running it will certainly slow down your machine. So just make sure that you have saved any outstanding work that you currently have on your machine. Then click on to Continue. Then once the First Aid process is complete, you can click Done to continue. And as I said, you then need to repeat this process for each one of these internal drives that are appearing on the left-hand side here. And the next step is to see if you have any malware on your machine. And there's a great free tool which is called malwarebytes.com. And then if we click on to download, then as we go through the installation process, you can see that Malwarebytes for Mac is a free tool that scans for and removes threats and attacks your system or your data, introduce unwanted behaviors, and degrade performance, making your Mac, once again, your Mac. What I'm going to do is click on to continue. Now, once that's installed, you can obviously click on to Get Started, state what kind of machine you're actually working on. I can use Malbytes for free, and then I can simply click on to Scan. Now, if it's the first time you're running it, obviously it may take a little bit of time to actually complete. Now, my machine isn't actually showing up anything. However, you'll need to remove if anything comes up in this list. Now, alternatively, there's another great tool that you can use for this, which is called Clean My Mac X. Now, Clean My Mac X has an inbuilt malware removal, which will also do an in-depth checkup of your Mac for all kinds of different types of vulnerabilities. It also does some great maintenance and cleanup of your Mac, and I've previously created a tutorial for Clean My Mac X, which I'll pop into the summary below, along with a link to their site for you to check out. Now, if we take a look at trying to find some adware on your machine, Bitdefender is a free scanner that I'd personally recommend. And the tool that you're looking for is the Adware Removal tool for Mac. And as you can see, there's a free download here. So what I'm going to do is click onto that. Now, before you do run this, you want to make sure that you do close all your browsers. So what I'm going to do is just go away and do that now. Then what I'm going to do is search for adware. So as you can see, that was a pretty quick one, and none of the monitored adware have been found. However, if you do have any, again, in this list, then you will then need to remove these. Now, the next thing we're going to do is perform a virus scan. Now, there are loads of different types of these available, which again, you can do for free. And they are from the likes of Sophos or Avast. However, the one I'm going to be looking at today is from AVG. And as you can see, it's picked up my operating system. And what we're going to do is go for the free download again. Then once you've installed that, what you can do is scan your Mac. And what you want to do is let that run and then remove anything that comes up from the result of that antivirus scan. Now the next thing we're going to do is take a look at cleaning up our browsers and checking any extensions that you may have installed. So first up, I'll show you in a Chrome browser. And the first thing I'll do now is just check to make sure that I am using the latest version. So the way that we do that is if we go across to our three dots on the right hand side here, and then if we go down to Help and About Google Chrome, it will then do any checking for updates in here. So it's obviously very important that you do have the latest versions of your browsers, just to ensure that if there are any kind of security breaches or anything like that, that obviously you're then using the most up-to-date version of your browser. So as you can see, my Google Chrome is up to date. Now the next thing we'll do is take a look at our extensions. So if we go across to the left-hand side here, and you can see you have a section called Extensions. In here, you'll see all the extensions that you're currently using in your Chrome browser. Now, you're going to want to try and remove as many as you can, as they're not very good with privacy and security. If you do need to use them, maybe consider disabling them when you're not using them. Now, password managers like LastPass are fine, but they're also worth disabling when you're not using them. Also, if your Mac has been infected by any kind of malware or adware, you may just want to check to make sure that your search engine hasn't been changed or your home page, as that could also be altered by a virus. So if we head back to our settings and have a look at our search engine, in here is where you can change that back if it has been changed. Also, if we head across to the left again and go to default browser, again in here you can obviously change that home page from here as well. Now next up, I'll take you through Brave browser. And if I click on the three horizontal lines in the top right-hand corner here and go to About Brave, so it's now showing that Brave is up to date. Then again, you're going to want to repeat the process for your extensions. So you go to Manage Extensions, and obviously you will want to disable any that you're not currently using at that time, or remove anything from here. Especially if anything comes up with a name like Toolbar or anything like that, then I would certainly remove those from the list of extensions currently running on your browser. Now, it's also important to make sure that all your apps on your Mac are up to date. Now, this is important as it includes any security updates that may be available. So if we go to the Apple icon in the top left-hand corner of our desktop, then if we go down to App Store, and if we go down to Updates, it will then show us any updates that are currently available. Now, whilst we're looking at the inbuilt tools on your Mac, it's worth making sure that nothing strange is actually loading up when you're starting up your computer, as this is sometimes where viruses can hide. So if we take a look at the Apple icon in the top left-hand corner here, go down to System Preferences, then we're going to go to Users and Groups. And then what you want to make sure is that there's nothing actually opening up when you first log into your computer. So you might want to go ahead and remove these. Now, nothing should be running when you start up your machine unless it's something that's designed to protect you, like a VPN. So as you can see here, I have ExpressVPN, which starts up when I open up my computer. Now, if you do want to remove any of those, you'll need to click onto the lock in the bottom left-hand corner here. Then you'll need to enter in your credentials and make your changes by clicking onto the minus icon here. You also want to make sure that your inbuilt firewall is on. So what we'll do is take a look at that now. And if we go up to our Apple icon again and down to System Preferences, then we're going to click onto Security and Privacy. Click onto Firewall. Now in here at the moment, you can see that my firewall is off. So it states here that this computer firewall is currently turned off. All incoming connections to this computer are allowed. So if you want to secure that a little better, you can click onto the lock to make any changes. Then you can switch on the firewall. So as it states here, the firewall is turned on and set up to prevent unauthorized applications, programs, and services from accepting incoming connections. Now you also have something called a Fire Vault in here as well. So what this will do is it will encrypt your data that's on your disk. Now this may slow down your machine, so some people don't like to have it switched on. However, if you feel that you would like to have your data encrypted, you may want to switch on your Fire Vault. What we'll look at next is something called CC Cleaner, and that will help to control which apps use your computer's resources and remove any tracking files and browsing. So what we'll do is head over to their site. Then what we can do is we can go through the free download. Then go to download. Go through the installation process. Then if we open CCleaner, now as you can see, you can run a cleaner, and the sort of things that you're actually running on is the likes of your internet cache, history, cookies, download history and sessions. Then you have some system trash, recent documents, logs, etc, etc. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and run the cleaner. Now it does warn you that this process will permanently delete files from your system and just ensures that you are happy to proceed. I'm going to click on to yes. Then as you can see, the cleaning is now complete, and it then states here that 1,564 files were actually removed from this machine. Then the final thing that we're going to want to do is just check through all the apps that we currently have on our Mac, just to see if there's anything that can be removed. So what we'll do is head across to our Finder and go to Applications. Now in here, it's just worth having a look through to see if there's anything in here that says Toolbar or Cleaner that you don't recognize. Now, because of this, I'd actually recommend removing some of the items or applications that we've actually installed today. So that was just a few steps that you can take to remove malware, adware, and viruses from your Mac for free. Using the steps in this video and my previous upload on how to clean your Mac should help to protect and repair your MacBook, increase speed and performance, as well as clear up some space. And I hope you enjoyed this video today, and if you did, then please give me a like, hit the subscribe button, and please do head over to my website at www.everybithelps.co.uk for more tips, reviews, and step-by-step guides. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.